Hello, my name is tachiyong, but I mostly go by Tachi or Alena. I am a variety streamer, but I mainly play League of Legends and horror games. I stream at about 7 p.m. on Monday through Friday.
Welcome. Thanks so much for being here today.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and tell me your username, how long you've been streaming on Twitch, if you're an affiliate or partner, and your average viewers and current followers.
My name is tachiyong on Twitch. I'm currently an affiliate and I've been streaming for about a year and a half. Right now, my average viewers are 11 and I have about 635 followers.
Perfect. Yeah. Congrats on all of that. A year and a half. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about your analytics for a second. Do you look at them? What do you do with that data?
I do look at them usually. I think depending on like which like stream elements does it. So every day after like a stream or every time I stream, I usually get an email. It's like, oh, you have this many people that followed you or this many people subbed and stuff. And I look at each one every time after I stream. And I always analyze and be like, okay, what did I do differently this time? Was it like my title of my stream that changed or my tags different? Because I always change the tags based on like what I'm playing and like if I'm playing with viewers or not. And then I also like looked at like the engagement that I would get depending on what I would be doing for each game I would play. So sometimes I would play my main game that I play and I would get more engagement there. And then sometimes I'd be playing like more like friend games or group games and I would get different engagement with that too.
Yeah.
So I would look at those.
Going along with that engagement, what exactly are you doing in order to get that?
I'm trying to get the engagement, but I do a lot of like viewer games, I think is what I would say. Is like I always have room in my lobby usually for people to play. And I always am like, oh, come play with me, come hang out. And like come just hang out and show me like your skills or like, you know, like I always try to like banter with the viewers too, which a lot of people like, which I find a lot more like my personality because I love like a really good banter.
Yeah, totally. What works best for your going live notifications and what doesn't?
I noticed I got more engagement for my streams and stuff when I go live if I connect with my Twitter. Because I know OBS or like Streamlabs allows you to connect it with Twitter and it will send like a tweet saying like, oh, I'm live. So I noticed like if I posted on Twitter and Instagram that I was live, I noticed more people would come to my streams. I also realized like the title of the streams really, really affect the amount of people who join my stream. So it's like, it's better to have like a more like eye-catching title, like a funnier title. Instead of personally for me is like I know some people do like very like wholesome titles like oh I hope you had a good day or like oh I hope like your evening was good or something like that, but I realized like for me like more of my engagement is like with my titles being like something like super random or like funny or like if I'm saying like I'm doing like a training arc is what I would call it. A lot of people like to watch anime, so I call it like my training arc where I like pick like a random character and I try to like learn them to the max of my abilities.
Yeah.
And when I put that in my title, people like to see the progress. So they always like try to come back and they're like, okay, I want to see like her progress from here to here, like how she get here. And I see a lot of people coming back to that.
Oh, how cool. Okay, that's smart. Yeah. How do you adapt to changes in social media algorithms?
I adapt a lot by I look up to like a lot of other streamers and I follow a lot of other streamers. The people there always are trying to help out. Like there's always like tweet threads being like, okay, these are the algorithm changes for like Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, for all of that.
Yeah.
And like I like to read through those and those help me a lot. And it's like it's formatted in a way where it's like like short and concise, which I really love.
How do you get creative and stand out from the rest?
I think a big thing is like I think I said before is I always try to get better and it's also like my progress. Like I love showing like my progress because I feel like a lot of people that have like seen me from like the beginning till now, they've seen like that huge progress I made playing like different games and like my skills and improving all of that. Another thing is that I feel like I can talk about anything and everything. I guess like also like my creatively too is like I look a lot different from like your usual like person to like I mean, for being like a person of color, and like especially being like Asian and having like dyed hair, tattoos, like piercings, like all these things, it's really I don't see that represented a lot.
So how do you make friends with other content creators?
I do a lot of engagement with other content creators. I have this thing I do when people raid me. I actually will go like after like I end a stream and everything. I go and I'm like a really bad artist. Like, by the way, I'm like so bad. Like, I'm super like stick figures generic. But I try to go and like thank everyone who rated me. I draw like a little picture of like a cat, and I try to make it look like them.
Aww.
And it's like super scuffed. Like, it's super scuffed. But I feel like a lot of people like responded to it, and they're like, oh my gosh, I really appreciate it. Like, it's like it just shows like how when I draw, it's like how appreciative I am for them for thinking of me and like rating me. And I always try to like, and like whenever I post, it's usually on Twitter, and I always say like, oh, I hope to hop into your stream soon. And when I say that, I actually mean that I will go in and hop into one of your streams soon. Like, I will go in and say hi, and like even though I might not be there for a long time, I will definitely go in and like say hi and like try to stay for as long as I can.
Yeah. So think back to when you started streaming a year and a half ago to where you are now. Was there any kind of one thing that helped you get to where you are?
I think the biggest thing for me was that I grew a lot during that time, and I was actually able to become myself. I think streaming helped me like learn to love myself and become myself, and I found like people that would like just like people like viewers and stuff, and made friends that like accepted me for who I was, which is like really hard to do, like especially like where I live, like it's like a small town, and like, you know, everyone's like a little more like closed-minded. I started work, so, and then on top of that, I feel like people have seen me like enjoy gaming more. I feel like now it's like I keep my retention is a lot better. Like, I keep more people like staying for longer, and I have more people that engage with me.
Yeah. Well, that was my last question. Do you have any final thoughts, or are you feeling pretty good?
I think one more thing to what happened with my streams to like gain more followers too is just consistency.
Yep.
I just remember like at the beginning I was like super inconsistent. I didn't know when I was gonna stream. I didn't have like a set schedule. It was super random. But now that I kind of have like a schedule and people expect for me to like stream these days, you know, they make their time like, oh, I'll set my evening aside for this like, you know, for you, and like to like hang out with you and stuff. So that's what I've noticed recently too.
Yeah. Well, perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom.
No, thank you for interviewing and like for giving me this opportunity to interview.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube, and then I'll talk to you right afterwards.
Okay, sounds good.
Say bye, YouTube.
Bye. Thank you for having me.